What if I told you that right now, at this very moment, you are carrying more weight on your shoulders than most humans did in an entire lifetime just a few generations ago? And I'm not talking about the weight you can see or measure. Not the groceries, not the bills, not the suitcase when you travel. I'm talking about the invisible weight, the kind that presses on your chest before you even get out of bed. The kind that stays with you while you're brushing your teeth, on your commute, even when you're supposed to be relaxing. It's that constant hum of stress, that feeling that something is always unfinished, that you're always just a little bit behind. And if you've been feeling like life has turned into one never-ending race with no finish line, I want you to know you're not imagining it, and you're not alone. You've been running a marathon in a world that keeps moving the goalposts. So let's pause for a moment. Let's talk about it. You and me. No judgment, no pretending, just honesty. Because I think you need to hear this. You are not the only one who feels this way. And more importantly, there is a way forward. Modern life is loud. Too loud, it's messy, unpredictable, and constantly demanding in ways that would have been unthinkable to our grandparents. They had challenges, sure, but they didn't have their boss emailing them at midnight, their phone buzzing with breaking news every hour, strangers comparing lives on social media, and algorithms constantly whispering, "You're not enough." Think about that for a second. We've created a world where you can be working harder than ever, doing more than you've ever done, and still go to bed feeling like you're failing. That is not a personal flaw. That is the design of the system we live in. And it's exhausting. Let's talk about stress. Not the occasional stress we used to feel when something went wrong. A flat tire, a job interview, a fight with a friend. I mean the kind that's become our baseline. We live in it, wake up to it, go to bed with it. It's the constant pressure to keep up with deadlines, bills, relationships, health goals, appearances. And when stress isn't managed, it doesn't just make you tired, it rewires your brain. It keeps your body stuck in survival mode. That's why your heart races when nothing is happening. Why your mind spins at night. Why you feel tense even during so-called downtime. And then there's the financial pressure. Let's be real. Money is one of the biggest stressors of our time. The cost of living is rising faster than paychecks. Rent swallows half your income. Groceries cost more every week. Debt lurks in the background like a shadow you can't shake. It's hard to dream big when you're not even sure you can cover next month's bills. And yet, the world tells you to just manifest abundance or work harder, as if the problem is your attitude and not the broken system you're navigating. But here's the truth. Feeling financial anxiety doesn't mean you're bad with money. It means you're human in a time when the system is stacked against most people. Burnout is another silent epidemic. And burnout isn't just being tired. It's a deep, soul-level exhaustion that makes even the things you once loved feel like chores. It's when you can't tell if you need a nap or a 6-month vacation. It's when, even in your free time, you're too drained to do the things you enjoy, so you just scroll endlessly on your phone. It creeps up slowly. One extra task here, one skipped lunch break there. Until one day you realize you're running on fumes, and you can't remember the last time you truly felt rested. Then there's loneliness. Not the kind you can fix by simply being around people, but the kind you feel even when you're surrounded. The ache of not being truly understood. The sense that no one really knows you beneath the surface-level small talk. We have more ways to connect than ever. Yet, so many of us feel more disconnected than at any point in history. And social media, it tricks us into thinking we're part of each other's lives, when really, we're only seeing the highlight reels. Meanwhile, we're missing the depth of real, face-to-face connection. and looming over everything is uncertainty. The future feels less predictable than ever. Jobs, politics, technology, the climate, it's all shifting faster than we can adapt. You're told to stay flexible and keep learning, but there's a constant undercurrent of what if. What if the economy collapses? What if my job becomes obsolete? What if the world gets worse? That low-level fear is exhausting, and it feeds into another huge problem of modern life: information overload. We are drowning in information. News, ads, opinions, endless advice. Our brains were never built to process this much input. The result? We can't focus. We second-guess ourselves, and we live in a state of mental clutter that makes it nearly impossible to feel calm. If all of this sounds familiar, you're probably wondering, how do I even start to fix it? How do I get my life back when the world is designed to keep me in this cycle? That's what I want to share with you. Not quick hacks or fake positivity, but real, human ways to reclaim your mind, your time, and your peace. The first step is to accept that you cannot do everything. And that's not failure. That's reality. The biggest lie modern society tells us is that you should be everywhere, do everything, and be everything to everyone. You can't. The moment you accept that is the moment you start to breathe again. That means saying no without guilt, letting go of obligations that drain you, focusing on the few things that truly matter to you, not the things everyone else says should matter. The next step is boundaries. Not just with other people, but with your devices, your attention, your mental energy. If the first thing you touch in the morning is your phone, and the last thing you see at night is a glowing screen, you're letting the world set the tone for your peace. Start small. No phone in bed. No checking work email after hours. Protect your mornings like they're gold. And here's a secret: the more you protect your attention, the more you realize how much energy was leaking out without you even knowing it. You also need real rest. Not just the kind where your body stops moving, but your brain keeps spinning. Real rest means intentional breaks. Sleep is non-negotiable. And during the day, give yourself small moments of stillness. A short walk, sitting with a cup of tea without multitasking, letting your mind wander. These moments aren't a luxury. They are maintenance for your mental health. With money stress, the key is awareness. Most people carry financial anxiety because they don't actually know the full picture. And our brains fear the unknown more than reality. Track every dollar for a month. Look at where it's going. Then pick one small win, maybe paying off the smallest debt, or saving even a little bit in an emergency fund. Every small step builds momentum. And remember, your worth is not your net worth. When it comes to burnout, the solution isn't always a grand escape. Sometimes it's micro-adjustments in your daily life. Give yourself permission to work at 80% sometimes instead of 110%. Find one small joy each day. A song, a funny video, a quiet moment. And here's a radical idea. Stop glorifying busyness. Being busy doesn't make you important. Being present does. For loneliness, you have to create connection on purpose. Don't wait for it to happen naturally. In today's world, it often won't. Reach out to one person this week. Send a voice note instead of a text. Meet someone for a walk. Volunteer for a cause you care about. These moments of real human contact will nourish you far more than 100 likes on a post. For uncertainty, focus on what you can control. You can't predict the future, but you can prepare yourself to adapt. That means learning skills that can't be automated, staying curious, and building a mindset that sees change as challenge rather than catastrophe. And for information overload, you have to curate your input. That means unsubscribing, unfollowing, and turning off notifications that don't serve you. Limit your news intake to once a day. Choose quality over quantity when it comes to content. And give your brain space to just be. Modern life isn't going to slow down for you, but you can slow yourself down within it. You can choose what you carry. You can choose to protect your peace. And you can remember that your worth isn't measured by how much you produce or how well you perform, but by the life you actually live and the love you give. If you're feeling overwhelmed, anxious, burnt out, or just tired of it all, please hear me. You are not broken. You're human, and humans are meant to rest, to connect, to adapt, to start over. Every day is a chance to take back a little bit of yourself. Thank you for spending this time with me today. If this message resonated with you, please like this video, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe to Quiet Lanterns so we can keep having these conversations. The ones that remind us we're not alone. Until next time, take care of yourself, truly.